Okay, so I'm Manish Yadav. I'm working as an enterprise integration architect for Billennium. I have been associated with Billennium from last 5 years. Uh, I work as a consulting architect who take care of different client or different project, integration project especially. From last 3 to 4 years, I have been involved in EDI sector or EDI domain, where I lead the project, set up the competency, set up the whole best practices for EDI. I have nearly 8 years of experience in integration domain and nearly 3 to 4 year experience in B2B handling with a different product suite. I work from Poland, Warsaw, uh, uh, and yeah, that's all from my side. Just a short introduction. There would be the Q&A session, which I would take at the end of the session. So if you have any question with respect to slide, please keep asking those questions in the chat uh, chat, and then from there I will take whenever we will have the Q&A session. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the agenda. What agenda we are going to cover. Okay. So basically, as I mentioned, this is a foundational basic understanding of the B2B EDI and how the partner manager would help to kick off your B2B EDI integration or to support your EDI and API together. So what we are covering as a part of this agenda, basically we would cover why flexible B2B integration with EDI through partner manager. We would also know what is partner manager and things like that. But before we go, let's cover the little bit about the agenda. We would also get to know about the B2B EDI. It was since 1960. It has been around since 1960, but why it is booming now in future or now or in future? Why it is booming like anything in the market nowadays? Okay, we would also cover B2B EDI impact, what business it is impacting, what business they are trying to integrate their supplier or buyer with the B2B EDI. We would see the key feature and benefit of the partner manager. We would have a real use case of the partner manager, how it look like into in transaction, and then the basic understanding of the partner manager architecture. Those partner manager architecture involve two set of flow, inbound and outbound flow. Okay. Uh, okay. So why flexible integration with EDI through partner manager? Okay. So if you see this graph, right, this graph is very much a report run by the MuleSoft with some company. They see, if you see this graph, right, IT delivery capacity remain constant. Okay. If you see the demand of IT is increasing. Why demand of IT is increasing? Because there might be the customer preferences. Customer want to have a look and feel the UI like this. Customer want to do something, and because of that, they wanted to do some enhancement on the existing application, or they wanted to onboard new product. Okay, there are a business who are running a initiative called cut the cost. Okay, which means they are running initiative in every organization, cut the cost. So if you have a legacy partner or if you have a legacy B2B product, there might be case where if you are onboarding a partner, you might need to pay more money. Okay, so you know, and that where you didn't fit your requirement, right? Because if you're trying to onboard a partner, you need to pay more, and that's where it's opposite to the business who is dealing with the cost. They wanted to cut down the cost, but it is increasing. There might be case where you launch a product, but you want to launch those product in different region. For example, you want to launch a product in Europe or in Canada, or some other city or some other location. To launch a product in different region, you need to go with the different, the compliance requirement. If you see this requirement, right, this requirement is increasing like anything, but delivery capacity remains same. See, this capacity remains same. And if you want to deal this with EDI, this initiative or this gap is compounded in nature. Okay, to fill this gap, there is a partner manager product who would help you to fill this gap. If you see 60% of the growth in the market coming from the digital transformation. Okay, so when I say digital transformation, company or organization are moving their integration to cloud. They are using a cloud strategy, cloud strategy, or API mindset approach. So if you are moving to the cloud, your legacy platform, whatever you are using as a B2B, will not able to connect. There might be some sort of constraint on the B2B existing B2B system, which are not able to connect with the modernization or digital transformation strategy. Okay, so if you see 23% enterprise are trying to invest in B2B digital transformation. Okay, so this is the report. That is why nowadays B2B integration is booming in the market, because customer have launched their cloud native approach or cloud first approach, but those cloud first approach is not able to connect to the B2B existing partner, or existing product. So B2B standard, right? So if you see, I will explain you what is B2B and EDI, so that at least you will have a the basic knowledge of what is EDI and B2B. So if you see buyer and seller, okay. So for example, I will give an example. You want to buy iPhone from Amazon.com. So whenever you are trying to buy iPhone from Amazon.com, what you do? You as a buyer, just treat you as a buyer, and seller is someone who is selling those product. Okay. So what you do? So whenever you add those product into the cart, when you click on place order, internally generated a purchase order. Okay. Purchase order is nothing but a EDI format. I'll talk more about the EDI, and then once the order are confirmed, they internally deal with the logistic company to ship the product. Okay, so whenever you are seeing this communication, right, this buyer to seller communication is called B2B, so business to business. So those are business, those person who is taking part in this communication is called business or trading partner. So trading partner is nothing but a buyer or seller, anyone can act as a trading partner. So whenever someone asks what is B2B, so B2B is nothing but a person who deal with the seller, or seller who deal with the different logistic company or whoever, depending on the which sector you are dealing. For retail sector, you are dealing with a seller and buyer logistic company or some other company. So whenever business to business communication happening over a internet or over a TCP connection with the EDI format. EDI format is nothing but a standard format, which means they guys have to agree on some sort of a standard. Okay, so if you are agreeing on some sort of a standard, if you are doing some sort of communication, then it is called business to business communication. And the data involved in this business to business communication is EDI data. Okay. So for example, this purchase order is converted into the EDI, it go to the seller, might be seller want to deal with the logistic company. They do not know what is EDI. You might need some other product who can convert the EDI to some JSON or XML language to deal with the logistic. But still it is called B2B. So whenever you see the communication, this between this and this and this, those are called B2B. Am I clear? If you have any question, please drop in the chat, then we'll take. Okay. So those are B2B communication. Now, to automate this process, you order the iPhone. Okay. Now you want to track the order history. So you need to have some sort of dashboard, right, or some sort of tracking URL or tracking link, uh, which you can track the order. Okay. So to automate this whole process, buyer to seller to logistic to buyer again, if you want to automate this whole process, we are bringing something called Anypoint Partner Manager. So what Anypoint Partner Manager will do, we will talk more about in next slide, but I just want you to relate with this diagram. So Anypoint Partner Manager will accept the order from the buyer in EDI format, and it will convert into seller expected format and send it to the seller. And then seller internally interact with the different logistic company or different transportation company or different mailer company. Okay, so those whole communication can be automated through the Anypoint Partner Manager product. Okay, so why B2B is rising again? As I mentioned earlier also, right? This is a composable enterprise application network. This composable enterprise application network is nothing but your organization have moved the internal application to cloud. So that is called composable enterprise application network. And you have a trading partner. Who is trading partner? The business who involved in B2B is called trading partner. Okay. So so if you want to connect these two systems, right, this you have an enterprise application network and then trading partner. Those connection and automation can be done via something called Anypoint Partner Manager. So why it is rising B2B? Because rise in integration platforms. You have a different integration for MuleSoft API or API, and you might have a B2B integration as a different platform. Or you might need two skill set, one for the API learning and one for B2B. But any point partner manager, using any point partner manager, you do not have to learn any language. You can develop API with the same product or same platform, and you can also develop trading partner communication with the same product. Increasing volume on the trading partners. Partner is increasing like anything nowadays. Might be you want to send or ship the product, right? You don't want to deal with the Indian Post only, or you don't want to deal with the DHL. You want to deal with the different logistic company, correct? So the trading partner is increasing like anything. And if you want to manage those trading partner, you need to deal with some sort of a product who help you to onboard the partner easily. Okay, might be in the legacy B2B product that you need to spend a lot of time to onboard the new partner, which is something uh, really takes time. Then you have a compliance mandate, as I mentioned, right? You want to launch a product, you want to onboard a partner who has a compliance mandate, like they want to have the data inside or inside European region, so those are the challenge currently the B2B infrastructure of B2B organization are facing. Okay, and the need of support and API EDI together. So for example, you want you want to receive the data over the EDI in the EDI format as a purchase order. You send it to the seller, and then seller want to send some sort of acknowledgement saying that your order has been accepted. Okay, but the order has been accepted notification can be sent via API, not via EDI, for example. So business wanted to go EDI and API together, so there is a need of API and EDI together. That is why you need B2B. You see the rising, right? And then a scaling point. Again, you have a lot of transaction and things like that. If scale like anything, if you use. Okay. Any question till now? Um, okay. So in layman language, you can explain what is EDI, and yeah. So yeah, I'll talk those in the next slide. We have EDI part. So the real example also. Mhm. Okay. Okay, so what is partner manager or APM? APM is nothing but in short we call it APM. It's like any point partner manager. Okay, so any point partner manager is nothing. Any point is a MuleSoft specific terminology, right? And partner manager, partner is nothing but who involved in EDI transaction or B2B transaction. And manager is just you are managing or onboarding a partner through this product called APM. Okay, so APM, any point partner manager, is a cloud hosted platform. Okay, it's useful for B2B integration. It's not only accept the BDI or B2B related format, it also deal with the API. So API plus EDI plus B2B, you can easily deal with the any point partner manager product. Okay, it's a centralized hub to onboard the partner, manage the API, monitor your whole end-to-end transaction. I was explaining like buying an iPhone from Amazon.com, right? So for every process, every transaction, you can monitor or you can have a look on those. So as I mentioned, in any point partner manager is nothing but a bi-directional business to business communication. When I say bi-directional, you place the order and then you'll get the notification saying that your order has been confirmed. Okay, this might be placing an order over the EDI, but getting the notification over the API. So API and EDI go together, it integrate together with the help of Anypoint Partner Manager. Okay, it support X12 is a one type of EDI. We'll talk more about the X12 and things like that in the next slide. it can accept the purchase order in JSON format, XML format, EDI fact format. There are 300 EDI format, but currently the MuleSoft or this APM support X12, EDI fact, JSON, XML, and CSV. Okay. Okay. Mhm. So there is a question: is the EDI same for B2C case? Okay, so yeah, EDI, do not treat this EDI is a different for B2C or B2B. It's like it's whenever if you're talking with business to business or business to consumer or whatever, it's like it's exactly the same. Whatever, you only have, there are 300 EDI format. Okay. Okay, so EDI has been since 1960, but what it is? Okay, so earlier, in 1960 or older age or decade ago, if you wanted to order something, if you order something, they used to call seller over the phone, or they used to send those purchase order over the fax. Okay, there were no API, no EDI integration involved. They used to call seller that I have placed a purchase order, or they used to send the fax or telemax or whatever. There are different way to send or inform user that I have, or seller that I have placed an order. I want the order to be confirmed and ship it to this location. So those communication used to over a something called manual. I mean, you need to call the person, or you need to fax those paper document, or you need to send it via the Indian post office or DHL or any other post office, manually. Now those has been reduced. If those are the manual tasks, right? Again, manual entry and things like that, and those has been replaced via something called electronics data interchange. So what it is? The same thing, same document, purchase order document, invoice document, and claim document is going over the API, going over the EDI, going over the TCP connection or internet connection. So sending those data over the internet, sending those data over the TCP connection with the proper contract is nothing but a EDI or electronics data interchange. It is exchange of the data between two business, okay, over the electronically or internet or TCP connection. It's called EDI. Am I clear? So rather than sending those manual purchase order over the fax or internet, let's send it over the electronics format, or over the internet, or the TCP connection, or exchange the document between two businesses called EDI. Okay. So this is how the EDI look like. Okay, so if you see, this is something a standard format as I mentioned, right? This is a X12 format is used in America. Okay, there are 300 format EDI format. Believe me, there are 300 EDI format, but I am only showing the one format called uh, 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 purchase order. So if you see this ISA segment, so every segment has a something called segment end. See, terminators. So this is called segment terminator. The the last one is called tilde, is nothing but a segment terminator. So what you need to do, ISA must be in with IAE, GS must be in with GE, and ST must be in with SE. So if you see this ISA segment, those are having information of something called sender and receiver. So who is sending and who is receiving? For example, I want to send purchase order for iPhone from amazon.com. So I am a sender. Who is receiving? There might be some seller who is receiving. So sender and receiver. Okay. Then you have something called T for testing. One is nothing but they are receiving acknowledgement, which means if I submit a purchase order, I want to receive acknowledgement. This one indicate acknowledgement. Okay. If it is zero, which means the person who is sending this order is not do not want to receive any acknowledgement. Okay. So if you see this ST and then 850 is nothing but a purchase order. Okay. So every section end with some sort of control number to identify the uniqueness of the product or uniqueness of the segment. So if you see this ISA end with 263, it is also ending with 263, which means this segment is unique segment for ISA and IA. Again, if you see the ST 001, corresponding SC is also 001. Okay. These are the control number, right? So control number is nothing but unique identifier which tells you whether we are receiving a duplicate or not. Okay, so partner manager has a feature. Either they can reject your order if you're sending with the same control number, or they have also option to disable. You can send the purchase order with the same control number. So if you see this ISA part, right, sender and order, okay, again, ST is a transactional set, 850 means purchase order. So what you are purchasing, these are the beginning, you know, and then the corresponding address of the N1, N2, N3 is nothing but corresponding address, ship to address, whatever, I mean, where you want to ship. PO is nothing but a purchase order. How many quantity you wanted to buy? 25 quantity, and those are the qualifier. So if you go, so how do you understand this segment? You just have to search in Google 850 schema document or implementation document. If you search in Google, you'll get a PDF explaining every content like ISA 001, ISA 002, ISA 003, ISA 004 is nothing but sender. Okay, and these are the nothing but amount. If you see, amount is 900. CTT is total transaction. How many? There are only one PO01, which means total transaction is only one. Okay, so to understand this EDI, you just have to go through the some sort of a schema. The only thing what I am trying to explain you, this is how the EDI look like. Every segment will have their own trailer part. ISA will have their own IA trailer. GS will have their own GE. ST will have their own SE. Okay, and in between ST to SE, how many lines are there? 15 lines. You see 15 lines here. So this 15 means there are 15 segment would be there in between ST to SE. Okay, any question on this? Okay, so someone has asked the question, can't we use the JSON or XML? See, you can receive the purchase order on JSON and XML, but JSON and XML doesn't have any standard, right? They do not have date time format. JSON, it's only the string. You can accept. I mean, it doesn't matter like on both. So if you want to deal with a common standard, right? Why business came together to define a standard called X2L schema. So if you're dealing with the EDI, which means you are dealing with the standard. If you are not following those standard, your EDI solution product will refuse the order. You know. Okay. So X2L is a ANSI, generated by or developed by a American set of people who American business who came together and developed a format called X2L format. Okay. Yeah, so you need to use FFD or flat note flat file or schema ESL file we call it. Okay, so FFD is used for copybook, but for EDI we call it ESL. Mhm. Okay, so let's take. I'll take another question in going further. So this is what the EDI impact the industry. So if you see the EDI not only uh, limited to the retailer or consumer goods. It's also manufacturing, transport, logistics, healthcare, and insurance. There are multiple company in the market or over the internet or earth. They are dealing with the EDI. As I mentioned, right? Someone mentioned, can't we use XML and JSON? They can use, but there is no standard, right? So if you are dealing with the EDI, there is a standard you have to follow. So if you want to deal with the retailer and consumer company, they will ask, guys, if I want to do business to business communication, you have to follow this EDI standard. Otherwise, I will not do the business with you. Okay. Okay. So what are the key feature and benefit of the partner manager? Okay. So partner manager, as I mentioned, right? It's really efficient for the partner onboarding. So when I say partner, partner is nothing but a business or the person who want to deal or do the business with you as a supplier. Okay. So suppose you as a supplier want to do the business with someone. Now, someone is nothing but a partner. So you need to onboard the partner. The partner if onboarding is very, very efficient. It's just a click. No need to write a code. Then API management, as I mentioned, right? You can expose those receiving endpoint as a on API manager or as a API product where you can apply those, uh, policy or whatever policy if you want to do. Then it's really easy to build and deploy. No need to write any code. Only code you need to write the conversion. Someone mentioned FFD, right? Here you need to use ESL file to convert a EDI to JSON or JSON to EDI. And then during the whole business to business communication, there is a monitoring. If you see this right side, right, this part, this dashboard will show you whether your order has been shipped or not, whether your order has been accepted or not, whether you want to replay the order, whether you want to resubmit the order. While submitting the order, you forgot to add the color, for example, then you just have to change the color and replay the order again. So those features are also there as a part of the activity dashboard in the partner manager. Okay, as I mentioned, it's low code. You just have to click and apply the flow, click and apply the for the partner onboarding, one click deployment, one click upgrade, and then you have a different format, uh, X12, EDFACT, XML, JSON, CSV. There are 300 format, but the format supported currently this. And then different protocol, AS2, ASFTP, HTTP, HTTPS. You can accept. Someone mentioned that XML and JSON. You can accept those XML and JSON over this SFTP, FTP, and HTTPS. Those protocol. And then, as I mentioned, right, B2B transaction, replay, ACK generation, acknowledgement, and end-to-end transaction you can see as a part of the partner manager. So partner manager is nothing but a low-code product who will give you to do the business with the partner just in one click. You can onboard the partner, you can uh, uh, configure the partner, you can deploy those whole flow, you can deal with this protocol, you can have a proper operational management transaction. You can, whatever you want to do in day-to-day life for business to business communication, you can do with the partner manager. So this is something real use case. Someone was also talking in the chat. I just want to see how it looks like in the real use case. Okay, so for example, mm, okay, is there any question in the chat? Before I go next, X2L is a purchase order. Okay, yes, that's correct. Okay, how do I convert X12 format to JSON? Okay, so to convert the X12 to JSON, there is a EDI connector available uh, in MuleSoft where you just have to feed the X12. It will automatically convert it into the Java map, and then from Java map, JSON Java map, you can easily convert it into the JSON. So go through the EDI connector. There is a connector available, and you can convert to the JSON or XML, whatever you want to do. Yeah, so APM can use to both submit the order or receive the order and send the acknowledgement back to the partner. So it's a two-way communication, you know. So yeah, EDI is a paid connector. It's a premium connector. But if you are using a partner manager, though EDI internally, partner manager also uses EDI connector. So yeah, it's premium connector. Is EDI is a lightweight communication or lightweight uh, communication. Uh, Obviously, it's a lightweight communication because if you see the JSON, you need to put curly bracket, name, double quote, colon, and then Manish, right? Which means curly bracket, colon, and double quote is extra in JSON, right? So parser need to pass those things. But here there is no something called bracket or something called colon or things like that, right? If I want to deal with the data, why not deal name equal to money? So name money. Why you are dealing with the square bracket, curly bracket, comma, double quote, right? Obviously, EDI is a lightweight communication. Hope it answer your question. Okay, then let's go to the next part. Okay, so this is how the partner manager use case. So for example, there are 6 partner. Okay, before we go, is there any problem with the voice? I just wanted to check with anyone if someone can confirm. Is there any network issue or any connectivity issue you are saying? No issue. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so let's understand this use case. For example, you have a 6 customer. These are the nothing but a trading partner. Why we are calling a trading partner? They want to trade a business with us. Us means this is something nothing but a Amazon.com. Okay, this guy is Amazon.com. Just example. And these are the trading partner where you are sitting. Okay, so this is you. You want to place a order for iPhone to a EDI solution product. So partner manager is a EDI solution. It's not only the EDI, it's EDI plus API solution. Okay. You can deal with the API, you can deal with the EDI. So what it exactly do, 6 customer, these 2 customer are directly interacting with the WAN. WAN is nothing but a value added network. Okay. So why it is called value added networks? For example, if you see this, right, this customer is a smart enough to set or send the purchase order over the AS2 protocol. This customer is also smart enough to send the purchase order to SFTP protocol, over the SFTP protocol. But these two partner and these two partner are, you they are not smart enough, they do not know how technology works. Okay. So what they have done, they have hired or they have signed a contract with some other company called WAN, value added network, some other company who provides a AS2 protocol for them. Similarly, if you see, these partner know how to set up AS2 protocol. These partner know how to set up a SFTP protocol. But these 4 partner are dumb partner. They do not know the technology. Okay, like how to set up AS2 or SFTP. That so they signed a contract with a third party company who's mentioned that no, I will set up for you. You just give all the information to me. I will set up AS2 protocol for you. Okay. Then those partner are sending purchase order manually or using some form to this guy, and this guy is setting AS2 protocol and sending the partner or purchase order to the partner manager. Hope it is clear, right? What does it mean, this value added network? Okay. So once you receive the purchase order from the partner manager, okay, once you receive the purchase order from you or from someone who are submitting a order for iPhone, it will come to the partner manager. What partner manager will do, partner manager will convert those EDI format or purchase order format to your ERP format. So ERP is nothing but here SAP or Salesforce, where your order is stored. But SAP or Salesforce doesn't accept the EDI. They mention that no, I will only work with the JSON part. So what you are dealing, partner manager internally calling a process API who used to convert a EDI to JSON. Okay. So basically the transformation is done here at the partner manager, and you are sending those data to via some API to save the order in ERP. So once you save the order, might be after sometimes you are receiving a notification, right? Your order has been confirmed. So if someone confirm this order, right? This order, then you are getting a something called acknowledgement saying that your order has been confirmed, and it will again go back to the different partner. So this partner routing and transformation is done by the partner manager. It is acting as experience API for you. Okay. But someone will ask why you are not using experience API, right? There are different partner. This partner is dealing with CSV, this partner is dealing with the different, in that case you need to create a different experience API. Why to create different experience API? Let partner manager handle it. Any question till now? I'll go to the chat again just to see. In this week, can we say CSV is also a lightweight? Yes, I would say CSV is also a lightweight as compared to the XML and JSON. You're right. You're right. You do not need to pass those extra dump or boilerplate code or whatever you call it. Okay, so again, the same example. If you see, there are is 5 partner. We call it Alpink is a partner, Bluestone is partner, Orange Tree is a partner, Neil Enterprise, and Yoga Might is a partner. Okay, so if you see this partner is from North America. So if some partner is from North America, they deal with X12. Okay, if some partner is from Europe, they deal with the EDFAC language. Okay, so these 2 partner are really a legacy partner who are still using a EDI. Not a, I would not say legacy partner, but they are person who set up their business a long back ago when there was no JSON or XML. Or even if there was a JSON or XML, they wanted to sign a contract for a standard format. That is why they are using EDI format. Okay, they also want to do the business, but they are a modern customer. That is why they are doing a business or they are having a business be over the API. Someone mentioned, no, can we send the purchase order over XML or JSON? Yes, send it over the XML and JSON. That is fine. You know? See this guy. This guy is submitting a purchase order over the JSON. This guy is submitting a purchase order over XML. Okay, and those are the different protocols. So these two customers are dealing with the AS2 protocol, but these two customers dealing with the HTTPS protocol, but different format. And this customer is also, so what partner manager will do? Partner manager role is to accept the EDI format, convert into the format ERP requested format, or ERP used format, or ERP expected format. Okay, so partner manager will take this data purchase order, it will convert it into the JSON, call the process API or system API, submit the order into the ERP or SAP. Once you submit the order, someone can confirm the order. If they confirm the order, there is an outbound call, or there is an outbound process API call, or some API call, which will say your order has been confirmed. To which partner you need to send, depending on what identifier this ERP is sending. For which partner they have confirmed the order. Corresponding partner manager will reroute the request automatically to different partner. Okay, so whenever someone is submitting confirm, there might be Slack notification, your order has been confirmed. There might be, they want to send some sort of file saying that no, your order has been confirmed with this specification. So to, from here to here and here to here, to do the automation, or to transact, right, to see the status of your order, there is something called real time into in integration monitoring. There is activity tab where you can monitor. So so if you see this graph, right, this is something taken from the MuleSoft documentation, or some, I don't know, it is taken from the internet, but this is how the 5 partner exchanging their business with the partner manager. And this is nothing but called B2B communication over the EDI format. The data exchanging electronically is called EDI. Any question till now? Yeah, so duplicate check present in the APM. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, right? This segment X12 segment, right? So those have control number. So control number is nothing but used to to check the duplicacy of the order. Okay. Do we have option to edit, replay, and the transaction? Yeah, we have option to edit, replay the transaction. So uh, you can edit the transaction. For example, you submit the order, but you forgot to change the color, or you forgot to pass the something, some information. Then you need to upload the transformation map again and then replay the transaction. Okay, so there is option to replay the order also. Can we use single API to accept different type of format? See, the single you can use, but experience API role is to provide the consumer experience. Okay, so to provide the consumer experience, let the experience API be a a specific API, not to make it monolithic. You can do, but the role of the experience API is to give the experience to the consumer. Okay. Okay, then I will take the next question next. Hope I am clear on this part. So again, I mentioned, right, there is no demo. We have a demo, but due to the time constraint and things like that, I can't show you. This is a part 1, and we will bring another session with part 2 also. So this is how the anypoint architecture look like. If you understand this, it would be really good for you and for your understanding. So if you see, you are a trading partner, the same example. These are the trading partner, and these are your ERP application. Okay, same thing here. You see, it's a trading partner, the 5 people, and this is your SAP backend application or Salesforce backend application. So whenever trading partners submit the purchase order, okay, whenever they submit the purchase order, they submit over the protocol, correct? To flow the data from here to here, you need some sort of protocol. Protocol means you need to follow some rule, right? You can't directly talk to the people. You can talk to the people in real life, but at least in the computer or software term, you need to follow the protocol. So for example, trading partner, right? Trading partner submit a order called purchase order over the AS2 protocol, or SFTP protocol, or FTP protocol, for example, or HTTP protocol. There is no, I mean, for example, what happened when you submit the order, right, over the protocol? Internally, partner manager deploy some sort of service called document processing service, replication service, inbound flow and outbound flow, and SEK flow. Depending on the requirement, there are 4 to 5 APIs automatically deployed. So what is the role of this document service? So what it do? It take the EDI format, it convert it into the JSON format. So this is the role of the document processing API. Okay, so document processing API automatically generated API when you submit or when you create a flow in the partner manager. Okay, so what is the role? This role is to check the duplicacy. Someone mentioned duplicacy. Its role is to check the duplicacy. Its role is to do the transformation. Do the transformation EDI to JSON or XML, and then call the process API of the SAP or Salesforce. So this is the role of the document processing API. Now, during this transaction, right, I did mention those transactions are stored somewhere in the external service. This is your own by your organization. You have to develop manually. Okay. So there is a API you need to develop on top of this storage, whatever the storage you can choose. You can choose any storage called PLSQL or database or file, whatever, right? So whatever the transaction happening from here to here, all the payload are stored in this storage system or database system via the service called replication service. So this replication service internally used to gather the payload from here and there and send it back to the database via this API. So this API is nothing but different color, right? So different color means you have to develop this API. Okay. Now again, if someone confirm the order, again this will go via this to document service and then again back to the trading partner. This is same this way, this part. You remember this part, right? So nothing but this is nothing but this arrow is that part only. Okay. So partner manager is a control plane product consists of two part. Configuration is nothing but this whole area, and activity is nothing but only to see the dashboard or see the monitoring dashboard. Where is my order? How to replay the order? So those are stored in activity. Is it okay for everyone? I will go to the chat again. Yes, APM needs license. You are right. Okay, how the error are handled? So there is a replay mechanism. If there is a error, you can replay it from the activity board. Okay, so this is how you can handle the error, or you can create your own application who will call the replay API, and it check if there is any error. It replay the. I mean, you can replay the transaction automated way. Okay, it's possible to do either resubmit or reprocess the failed transaction APM component. Yes, it is possible. There is a replay mechanism. Replay mechanism introduced by the MuleSoft to resubmit the order again. API needs license. Yes. Document processing service is by default platform API. Do we need to build it? No. Document processing service and replication service by default it is created by the MuleSoft automatically. When you submit or when you deploy the flow or when you deploy the partner manager, it will automatically created. And inbound flow. So whenever you are receiving an order, right, inbound flow, outbound flow, ACK, depending on the configuration, those are automatically created. It's a low code platform. No need to write any code. Okay. Storage is external DB. Yes, storage is external DB. This part is external DB. This guy is external person. On top of that, create a system API and configure in the partner manager. Okay. So that this replication service will call internally a storage API and submit the or resubmit the request. Okay, so what is the use of the payload storage API? So for example, you're submitting the order, right? You're submitting the order to this guy. Now you want to track the order. How would you track the order? So those tracking the order payload, input payload, output payload, JSON, all are stored in this storage payload storage API. No, it's external to MuleSoft. MuleSoft doesn't have to play any role. So MuleSoft doesn't provide any minimum storage. No, there is no storage provided by MuleSoft. No, it's your party, your guys have to do, your organization have to do. If you're not doing, MuleSoft will, if you go to the activity, if you want to trace the order of your iPhone, no, they do not care. Where is your order? Okay. Let me go to the next, then I'll again, guy ask me whatever the question you have, for sure we would answer. Uh, okay, so this is how the inbound flow look like. So what I said, the inbound flow means you are receiving an order from the partner and submitting into or resubmitting or submitting into the SAP application or your organization application or your on your organization. So what it do? You are the partner. Someone is partner. If partner is communicating with the supplier, is nothing but B2B communication. B2B communication have some sort of a standard. Might be EDI fact, might be X12, might be JSON, or might be XML format. Okay. So what they do, they submit the order, purchase order over X12. Partner manager has a concept of flow, message flow. Okay. So you need to create a message flow. Message flow is nothing but a orchestration flow. It's not a mule application. When you submit the message flow, when you deploy the message flow, it internally create document service, replication service, inbound flow, and outbound flow. Okay, but it's not a exact flow. So what it does, it receive the it create a receive endpoint. You give this receive endpoint to this partner. Guys, I have received endpoint from partner manager. Please submit your order on this guy, HTTPS or AS2 protocol, whatever. Then MuleSoft take the order. MuleSoft validate the schema. Is order is successful or not? Is order having a comma or it having a proper date format or proper schema or not? If it is having, then it convert into the EDI to XML using this map component. You need to manually upload, and then after converting like EDI to JSON, it check against the schema of your target application. So might be target application accept date format in this format. So you need to validate against the schema and then send call the endpoint to set the save the order. This is how the four process of five step you need to do or internally do that. It is done by the partner manager. Okay, receive the endpoint, receive the order over this protocol, convert or validate or convert it into the XML using this map. Then after conversion, validate those conversion. It is matching with our schema or not, and then call the endpoint. Okay, so this is how the inbound flow look like. Any question till now? I will go again back to the chat. Yes, what is the story? Yes, we can implement EDI as a normal API service. We will use S2. Yeah, so yes, we can implement. The only problem, right? So, for example, you are dealing with the three partner. Okay, so might be they are sending CSV with the comma delimiter, someone with the tilde, and someone with the different delimiter, right? Or something. In that case, you need to create three EDI connector configuration. Okay, you can create, but yeah, you need to deal with those part and for partner specific, you need to deal with the partner specific experience API. But if you have 3 to 4 or 5 partner, you go for the experience API, guys. If you have more than 100 or 200 partner, go with the partner manager. It's really easy to onboard the partner. I'm not uh, yeah. What is the receiving endpoint in APM? Okay, yeah, it's API endpoint, correct. It's receiving endpoint is nothing but API endpoint. So if you agree with the partner to accept the order in JSON format, you give the endpoint over the HTTPS protocol. So you have to tell partner manager how the order can be accepted, right? So it can be accepted over HTTPS protocol, HTTP protocol, or X12 or AS2 protocol. So if you tell, it will automatically create a receive endpoint for you, and you share those receive endpoint to the partner. Okay, that is called receiving endpoint. But this guy target endpoint, you need to develop the API. This guy is something you need to develop because partner manager doesn't know, right? How your enterprise application look like. So you need to develop the application to receive the order as a SAP format or JSON format and ask this guy, this partner manager guy, to call the endpoint after conversion to submit the order. Okay, and once the order is submitted, you can confirm or you can send the acknowledgement back to the partner. It's called outbound flow. So I will go to the outbound flow. So this is nothing but the outbound flow, just opposite. You see, now you can relate it, right? See, this is enterprise application. You submit the order to this guy, SAP application. SAP people mention, no, your order has been confirmed. Then again, you want to send this back to the partner. How it will do? Again, you have a receive endpoint, validate a schema, transform, validate, and send it to this guy. That's all. Right? So this is outbound flow. inbound and outbound flow. So whenever you are creating an inbound and outbound flow, MuleSoft will automatically create application for you to do these things. So this is again a same use case. Hope you have got this now as of now. So what exactly it is dealing? One, two, three, four, seven partner. The same example. Now, if I ask someone to explain, I think you are happy to explain this slide, right? Seven partner, five partner are smart enough. Two partner are dumb partner who are dealing with the third party to deal with partner manager. See, the guys are directly interacting with the WAN people or third party company to submit the purchase order to the partner manager. But these two people and these three people are smart enough. They know how to deal with the protocol, how to set up certificate. They know how to format the JSON. They know how to change the key value pair. So they are smart enough. Okay, but these people are dumb people. Now, once you receive the order, partner manager role is to convert those format to the expected format of SAP. That's all. And once the SAP confirm the order, you just send the SEK. To whom I need to send the SEK? Partner manager will decide, depending on the key, depending on the reference ID, depending on the orchestration logic, automatically decide. There is an option in partner manager to whom I need to send. That is how order to cash overall flow real life example. Is it clear this example? Can someone confirm this example is clear to everyone? Okay, yeah, the recorded link would be shared. As I mentioned, right, this is just a foundational knowledge. It's irrespective of technology. If you are working for different technology, vStock, any other EDI technology or product, this knowledge would be helpful, right? And then in future, I will bring with the product a specific demo. For example, might I bring the same use case with the Anypoint Partner Manager or same with the part. Okay. Now let's go to the another slide. Okay, so this is how, as I mentioned, right, API plus EDI should go together. Okay, because you modernize your API, you digitally transform your organization to have the cloud strategy approach or API mindset approach, but you don't know how to deal with the B2B, right? So this API-led connectivity approach with the this API-led connectivity approach with not with API, this B2B-led connectivity approach. So API plus B2B led connectivity approach. What exactly it is dealing? See, someone mentioned, can I do with the experience API? Yes, they can do with the experience API. See, this guy. This guy is dealing with the experience API. So you can have experience API. You can remove, you can act as this experience API. But this part, you can deal with the partner manager. Partner manager specific. So yeah, this you can treat this as a two. I should have dropped somewhere something like this to separate. One guy B2B commerce is dealing with the experience API, but other partner are dealing with the partner manager. See, exactly the same example, right? So this partner send the purchase order to the partner API or this partner manager as a purchase order, then internally call process API. Process API will send data to the SAP, and SAP confirm the order, it will go back to the different partner. See, once the order is confirmed, might be SAP need to deal with the logistic company called shipment API. So SAP will call shipment API. Once the shipment done, they might send you invoice. You see, and invoice is stored in Oracle, right? Once they send the invoice, they might need to deal with the payment gateway API. See? Someone is dealing with the payment. You need to payment the invoice. So overall, this is how it look like. Okay. Okay, so that's all from my side. I will take some sort of question from the chat, and then we will wrap up. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Let me go. Receive webinar will receive email. Thank you. Okay.
Billennium, IT for people, people for IT.